In the busy UK telecom space, KCOM has always marked itself out from the crowd. Everything from its backstory to the close relationship it holds with its customers, and even its distinctive branding, speaks to a company proud to be different. This identity has been forged over more than 100 years of service to the citizens of Kingston upon Hull and the county of East Yorkshire. Founded in 1904 as the Hull Telephone Department, KCOM moved quickly as technology progressed in the 20th and 21st centuries and revolutionised communications. Today, KCOM boasts enterprise offerings at a national level, keeping it at the cutting edge of developments in customer and cloud-native services. But its core purpose remains the same: to supply the very best broadband and telephony to its local people and businesses. KCOM is uniquely positioned in this sense, holding what Ofcom describes as significant market power in the region. A legacy of Hull City Council's decision to retain ownership of its entire network when the UK began nationalisation through BT, KCOM is Hull and East Yorkshire's one-stop shop for all things telecoms. This has pros and cons, and so gives KCOM the impetus and ability to innovate. In October 2019, Hull became the UK's first city to offer full fibre broadband to everybody, the result of a bold £85 million investment from KCOM 7 years earlier. In January 2020, KCOM committed to a further £100 million in spending to take that network to the wider East Yorkshire region. With this award-winning rollout picking up pace, KCOM's commitment to its customers is clear. But in order for the organisation to deliver a level of service that matches its broadband speeds, it is also having to refresh its internal systems and processes, introducing advanced technology and new ways of working. That is where Tim Shaw comes in. Shaw is KCOM's Managing Director of Wholesale and Networks and has overarching responsibility for the company's network and IT capabilities. He joined KCOM in June 2019 to lead its renewed transformation programme, having served in a variety of senior roles within some of the UK's biggest telecoms providers. Shaw's experience in the industry gave him the nose for what KCOM excelled at and where it could improve when it came to business systems. His assessment of the obstacles was threefold, starting with the customer experience.
If you think around telecoms in general, we've got to move away from complex products. Customers are always demanding more, quicker, with less interaction, smoother, less friction. Because of our history, some of our systems and our processes just were not customer friendly, is the way I'd put it. It's the first thing I noticed when joining. That was the big change we had to make. The second one is really starting to show how digital first thinking in that way becomes absolutely critical. Voice is still important. Customers love to talk to people, but there's also a large proportion of customers that want that digital experience. They're very much used to that in how they work elsewhere, so we need to be able to move with that way. And the last one is really around service. Being able to always be on and have up-to-date records and be able to react to issues that have gone wrong becomes really critical.
Shaw and KCOM formulated a transformation strategy around upgrading their capabilities in these three areas. This meant not only constructing best-in-class systems, but also ensuring they worked using a scalable delivery model and an industry-leading IT architecture. The aim was to truly elevate the customer and employee experience. The immediate priority was perfecting the customer journey. KCOM called on the talent across the business in its consumer, wholesale and network teams to reimagine the customer flow, from the point of an individual or business wanting a service through to engineers completing an installation. With strategic partner Velocity in place, Shaw set out an ambitious plan to launch KCOM's customer ordering and proposition management solution within a matter of months.
I must admit, when we started the project, we sat down in the kick-off meeting and I set the team the target, and I think the look of shock and that can't be done was hilarious from the team. But I always believe you set that ambitious target, the team get behind it. Before we started, the team was stood up. We were ready to go. I've worked with Velocity, in the month preceding a kickoff. They were ready as well, and we introduced the concept of MVP. So really started to get this idea of agile into the way that we do things. We set the team up, we co-located people, we really brought the teams together. We really made it something different that we hadn't done before. And that really was it.
KCOM worked alongside Velocity throughout the launch, leveraging the Velocity Communications Cloud. Founded in 2014, Velocity has quickly become a respected provider of industry-specific cloud-based software applications, enjoying particular success in the telecom sector. Earlier this year, it was acquired by CRM giant Salesforce for $1.3 billion.
Velocity is the engine that holds all of our product catalogues and really enables us to configure and drive that best customer journey. Given where we are and our ambitions, Velocity really gave us everything that we needed. They gave us the speed, which I've talked about in terms of launch that we've got, the cost base that we needed to kind of be successful, and the ongoing support and access to their partners, and also other customers that we can start to learn from.
Ultimately, KCOM was able to unveil its MVP in January, only 5 months after the project began. Following a soft launch, the full launch came just 10 days later, and in the months since, it has already completed 7 releases by working in 2-week development sprints. Now KCOM boasts a fully operational platform for customers to seamlessly engage with its products through digital channels. Shaw says KCOM opted for this Velocity-led platform approach to ensure not only speed of delivery during the build phase, but also to allow for easier configuration of its software moving forward. Velocity's low-code solution means KCOM is able to train non-specialists to configure it, leaving the technology team to focus on other priorities. He wants to take this know the platform, trust the platform, clicks not code approach onto other implementations.
That has given, certainly for us, a real boost in productivity. I think where we can now put our coders is more on that digital experience right at the front end, where we can add the real difference. And actually, when we get to the product journeys, this is around configuring the best experience. And I think this idea of small changes should be done by the business teams, and it's the medium to large scale changes should be done by the technology team. It's something I'm really keen to do. Why do I think that's critical? The business is forever changing, whether that's a new product, new pricing, a new feature. Actually, if that's something they can do in the moment and it gets checked and tested and can be released the next day, why wouldn't we do that? That's the direction we're starting to really think about how we take certainly the Velocity platform and the work we've done with Salesforce at the front end.
The automated testing element built into the platform underpins the broader DevOps approach adopted by Shaw's technology team, as he goes on to explain.
When we've got that ability to test everything automatically and be confident, your ability to develop faster and release faster is really enabled. Without that, DevOps does improve a better way of working between your development team and your operations teams. But without that test automation, you can't get to the point of faster delivery, which is the ultimate goal of DevOps.
Another critical change KCOM has made to maximise order fulfillment is greatly reducing its number of base products. At the beginning of this transformation process, Shaw oversaw an audit which revealed more than 100 different products were being offered to its relatively small consumer base. Order fallout, especially around new products, is a common problem for telecoms operators. To address this issue, the team consolidated KCOM's various products into a core range of less than 10, and Shaw says this catalogue-driven approach has had a simplifying effect on the company's processes.
We can simplify our billing, we can simplify the way we construct our systems, the way we provision the network. Everything becomes a lot more straightforward because it's just got to be done for 10 different variants instead of 100 or over 100. This was a hard one to get across to the commercial teams, the idea of, we only want these products to be sold. They can make commercial variants, but these are the core products. But now they're starting to see that, billing has always been a challenge for us because of the number of products we offer.
Simplification is a running theme throughout KCOM's transformation story. In the short time since launch, its platform has resulted in quicker fulfillment cycles and reduced customer fallout, which has led to better use of engineering time and a high Net Promoter Score. The next steps for Shaw are creating these efficiencies everywhere possible.
Like any transformation, launching the new platform is the milestone, but actually closing the legacy so everything's on there is my biggest focus now. We need to be able to drive that migration, drive that higher adoption of our agents to a point where this is the only game in town, and we can really start to declutter our IT estate across the business.
For IT leaders, the challenge of technology implementation is matched by challenges around people and skills. Employee satisfaction alongside customer experience and revenue has been a motivating force behind KCOM's work up to now and will continue to be going forward. Shaw concentrated significant efforts on ensuring members of his technology team were armed with the right skills and certification to excel on the Velocity platform. After some intensive training on Velocity's programs, KCOM can now claim to have some of the most proficient people on the platform within its own organisation. Going beyond that, Shaw admits the transition to new ways of working hasn't always been easy, but that the wheels are now very much turning on what he calls business transformation.
I'll never forget sitting down with the teams in our contact centres, them trialling our new system as it was set up, trying to use the same process they use today with the new systems and saying it wasn't the same, and could this be changed to match what it was before. That is the key bit that we need to do, is how do we shift the way that we think? How do we change the way we work? And from that point onwards, it moved away from just being technology transformation to business transformation.
Moving forward, Shaw is confident his technology team is creating the right culture for change and success, led by an agile approach and design thinking. The next step in its digital transformation is driving through a new service management solution, working to a similar timescale to that of the previous MVP. As it has done throughout its long history, KCOM is acting fast and staying innovative, qualities Shaw believes make it an exciting place to work.
When I joined, we were just at the start of this transformation journey, and now nearly a year on, we've achieved so much. It's actually seeing ideas and things that I've seen before, done before, but actually the size of business where you can really make significant change really quickly, and you can just watch the business and the way we do business move with what we do.